Janet Jackson is in the studio, and everyone has been. I've been talking about this in my sleep last night. I was so excited that you're coming in. It's great to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you for coming. Have you guys, Sissany, Tanya there, Sissany on the right, Tanya on the left. Have you ever met Janet Jackson, sis?
No, I never have, and I'm a huge fan. So it's an honor.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you.
People probably bow when they see you out in public.
Stop.
They probably do. I mean, it's royalty in a way.
Yeah.
When you think about all the amazing moments we've had throughout life with your music. I was just reading, and this, I'm not doing dates or anything like that, but I was just reading. We'd do this segment, Janet. Did you keep a diary when you were growing up?
No.
So Sissany and Patty over there, they kept diaries, and we started reading from their high school diaries. And I was reading from, I didn't keep a diary, but I read from my yearbook, the things that people wrote on the inside.
Yes.
And I was looking back at that year that I graduated, and That's the Way Love Goes was at the top of the charts.
Oh, really?
At that time. Yeah, I remember it. Like a moth to a flame, burned by the I mean, I remember the whole thing.
Wow.
And
the 90s.
It was the 90s.
Yeah.
And before that, I would take singles of some of your songs. Singles. And this is true. And sit in my bedroom and pretend I was a DJ introing the songs.
Really?
Yeah, because
sweet. That's too cute.
You had some long intros. So I could talk them up to the post.
How cute is that, Ryan?
Yeah, that's why I used to. I used to pretend I was in the air, and you had so many hits with intro time. That's how I practiced talking up to a vocal.
How cute is that?
So I never told you that. Never told anybody that. But that's how it all began. And you have made some headlines this week. Janet Jackson has just announced that there is a tour and there is new music coming to the world.
Love it. Congrats.
Thank you.
So, well, first, let's go back to the new music.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the vibe of the music, the volume of the music? What can you share?
What can I share? The title of the album, as well as the tour, is Black Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just tell you this: diamonds are the black diamond is the toughest to cut,
Oh.
and for me that totally translated to the hardest to hurt, to destroy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always seen myself as, or I shouldn't say always, I knew I was strong, but in recent years, I've really realized how strong I am as a woman, and I see myself as a rock. I have some rough edges, but wanting to show my strength and share some of my stories. And hopefully it will inspire others and give them strength if they need that.
So you're saying, in a way, your strength was tested in the last handful of years?
Yes.
Right?
We won't get into that just yet, Ryan.
Okay, well, you tell me what time.
Yes.
So you had to dig deep into your own strength.
Yes.
And come out stronger.
Yes. And my parents, incredibly strong. My mother's incredibly strong. My father was incredibly strong, and I always wanted my mother's strength, my parents' strength, and I realized.
You have it.
Yeah.
Or you had it all along, you just had to find it.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely helped in finding it.
So, well, Janet, are the stories that you're telling through the music, what are they about?
You'll have to listen to the album to find that out, Ryan. I'm not going to give that away. I'm not going to.
When will I have the album?
You'll have it before the end of this tour.
Okay. But you'll be revealing some of the songs in the tour then?
Yes,
the tour.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And are there ballads and upbeat songs?
Yes,
Because you do everything.
it's not all about that. It's also upbeat,
Yeah.
fun. I think it's important to mix the two.
Yeah.
I did that with every album I had for the most part, even with Rhythm Nation.
Right.
It was a socially conscious album, but at the same time, you have to have fun. Life still goes on. Don't forget that part of your life, and also don't forget what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I'm at in my life right now. But at the same time, I'm not going to forget to have fun and enjoy life.
You know, I was reading the small print of the announcement and the photograph, the billboard, if you will, of Janet Jackson's Black Diamond World Tour 2020. It says featuring brand new music, and then it says a special performance of Rhythm Nation.
Yes.
What
is that?
Yeah, what
That's
does
what
that
you're going to
mean?
ask me.
What does that mean?
Everybody's because.
By the way, I'm lucky I could read that print at my age.
It's Rhythm Nation's 30th anniversary.
Got it.
Last year, this year, 30 years ago with the tour, and wanting to do something special. in Vegas with the Metamorphosis show.
Mm-hmm.
I did something special for the anniversary, but still wanted to do something special with the song Rhythm Nation for this tour. So I hope you come.
I would love to come. Did you? I got an invitation to see
Wow.
Janet Jackson. Here's what I know. This is what I know, and you can tell me if there's more to know. Tickets to Black Diamond World Tour, including a August 12th show at Staples Center, 15th Anaheim, and then other dates, are on sale tomorrow at livenation.com. How big is the tour? Are you doing a lot of cities?
Yes. It was so funny because when I did Fallon the other day,
Yeah.
the other night, there was a list and he on a piece of paper, sheet of paper, and he aimed it toward me and I said, "What is that?" He goes, "That's your tour." And I had seen it, but it looked like so much. So I thought those were the questions that he was going to ask. And I thought to myself, and that's just the U.S. So,
Oh, wow.
So did management reveal to you just 4 dates at a time, but there's really about
no,
100?
no. They gave me the states, and then there's the rest of the world to go to be announced. So we're going to try to hit some places that we haven't hit before as well.
So exciting. Janet Jackson is here. You know, with a format like this, it's like I feel like I have to rush to all my questions because I could sit and talk to you forever about so many different things. It's a rare and wonderful opportunity to have you in the studio, and I am so grateful for that. You know, we were talking about your songs and your tour, and you've been through some things over the last few years. What would you say has been the highlight of the things that have happened to you?
My son.
Yeah.
Giving birth to my son. God truly blessed me to be able to have. I'm 54. I had him when I was.
What?
I'm 54. I'll be 54 in May.
You look
I
amazing.
found out I was going to have a baby on my birthday,
Wow.
and a year later I gave birth. He's 3 now.
I can't
It's
believe
incredible.
He's
What a miracle.
Turned 3 in January 3rd, and so thankful with the pregnancy. No problems, no issues, nothing. It was so smooth. I just had to make sure I relaxed.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's such a beautiful boy, such a sweetheart, such a special. Everyone says that about their child.
I know, right?
But it's the truth. Eissa he's just a beautiful boy. He's such
So
a good
if he's 3, he's at the age where he can ask you things, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he's inquisitive at that age, I
Of
guess.
course.
Does he understand your world?
He had
Because
his
there's
first
a lot of explaining to do.
He had his first, yes, he was in Vegas with me. He wants to go to Vegas. He calls it Vegas.
Biggest.
Mama, go back to Vegas, see big guitar, see big M&M, see big Diet Coke,
Oh, that's funny.
see Gold Lion because of the MGM. Yeah.
Sure.
And he loves music, and he understands what it is that I do. He saw me on stage, and I have a beautiful picture of myself at the Billboard Awards, and he was at the hotel, and he saw me on television, and he's touching the television,
Aw.
right? And it's such, and he's in his
Wow.
PJs. It's such a beautiful shot.
Oh.
And he loves music. He did his first Christmas play, his first play period.
So does he, when you say he loves to listen to, does he have,
No.
he loves to,
He loves to listen to music. He loves to, on Saturday mornings, that's our little jam session.
so he can jam.
So we put on music and dance. And I just met Chance the rapper a few weeks ago,
Sure.
and I told him we put him on. My son and I danced to his music. But he loves classical.
Wow.
He loves classical music. So he's into the cello. That's his instrument.
Wow.
Janet, I have to ask then, I'm listening to all that. Sounds like it's in his genes. Do you advocate the family business?
If that's what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's a creative kid.
Has he changed you?
Yeah. It's amazing because you hear, if you don't have a child and you hear people talk about
I don't, and I'm listening to you.
and they talk about the love
Right.
and the unconditional love, and it changes, and you say, oh, you really take it in and you say, oh, that's so nice, but you really don't understand it until you truly experience it.
Right.
Then you understand what they really were talking about. You really get it at that point.
And life looks differently to you
It's
now.
it's incredible. It's the most incredible thing. Please do it.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
It's not taking requests right
Yes.
now.
Yes. Janet Jackson told you to have a
Please have
baby.
a family.
You have a baby.
Just trying to get through Valentine's Day.
But he's really into. He has so many instruments at home. He loves his music. He first day of school, he took his violin to school. Then he needed to turn it into a cello, and he said he wanted to put a stand on it. Now he knows it's called the end pen. And so my assistant, Terry, she taped a straw to the bottom of his violin to make it into a cello.
Oh, wow.
Aw.
And he took that to school. And then he said Mama was going to get him a cello, and I did. And
A cello is, I mean, the cello's huge.
Do they make mini cellos for babies?
it's a real cello. Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
wow.
it's a professional cello
Well,
for a child.
I mean, I don't even get to halfway up the cello.
And so, no, but that would be a bigger one would be the double bass, which
Oh,
he knows
okay.
that as well.
Okay.
Got
he
it.
takes me through the instruments. That's a trombone.
Oh, wow.
That's the
Well,
double
he's-
bass. That's the violin.
Well, maybe
Oh.
somebody will finally make it in the Jackson family now. You know what I mean? I mean, things are looking up. So the process then, I also were just talking about her son, but I'm listening to your voice. That you don't raise your, I can't imagine you ever getting upset with your son, raising your voice. You're always very calm.
I try to be. They really teach you patience.
But I feel like you have patience.
I-
You've taught
I-
me patience.
Everyone has always said that I'm a very patient person, but it's on another level when you have a child.
So, Janet, between now and the tour, to talk about the work a little bit, so you've got to get in and start running songs and putting the show together. So can you give us I know you don't know because it's not locked, but you've got new music. You've got the 30th anniversary of Rhythm Nation. Will you do some of the classic Janet
Of
Jackson
course.
songs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I'll never stop doing that.
And there's no way to play them all, because right? I mean, people want to hear them all, but you have to pick and
no,
choose.
and I try to. That's why I give him snippets. But I'm gonna try something a little different this time, and there's always something left out.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to have a nice body of music, so it
Mhm.
makes it difficult to do every song.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm trying to give a verse and a chorus or this. and a
Somebody a
break.
little taste of something.
Yeah, with them getting enough of the song, then moving on to the next,
Mhm.
and it's hard because you got to leave. And then there's songs that I don't or I haven't done that I've had to leave out, or else the show would be too long.
Or you could, or you can't. I guess could you do some and then rotate other ones through? Or do you have to sort of lock it
Well,
and
no,
do the same thing?
you could do that. I like to lock things.
You like to
in
lock it
because
in.
when it's smooth and it's flowing. But we've done that before. But I like for it to be set.
We were just playing with just a bunch of different
Mhm.
songs before you came in. I was talking about Again, which was, I love that ballad.
Oh, thank
I
you.
don't know when it was, but I remember listening to that. And I remember I was a radio geek, so all your songs were being played on the radio all the time. I grew up in Atlanta, and I'm thinking to have that body of work, like you said, it's a blessing, but then there's this curse of it, because if someone goes to your show and there's that one song they didn't hear,
Oh, that's happened before, and trust me, the fans have told me.
but then they can sound off now.
Yeah, well, no, they've
Yeah.
told me. They said you didn't do Pleasure Principle.
How
And
dare
they're
you?
just like that. And I'm like, it made me feel so badly. So sure enough, the next tour and
Oh,
since
you
then,
made sure it was in there.
yeah,
To that one person that said it.
Wow.
She didn't sleep for a year.
Yeah.
I felt badly, but you can't do. everything.
You can't please everyone. But this is just, it's really, haven't you felt the excitement since you made this announcement this week? I feel like the world's very excited about it.
I've heard that the world is very excited about it. I've just been in my own space with my own group, kind of. So
How many years have these songs been in the making?
some have been a little while back, last year. Others are fresh, very fresh.
That's so exciting.
So
Very cool.
Sis, Tanya, look at the
I'm
awe on your
like in
faces.
awe because I grew up dancing to so many of your songs. Like I did, one of my first solos was to Black Cat, and it started with the rah, 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 and I turned around and I was wearing a black leotard with ripped tights, and it just brings back so many memories.
now you said solo, so you're a dancer.
I used to be. I haven't like danced professionally or anything like that, but yes, I did do solos when I was younger.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And so
Awesome.
I'm just in awe that you're here right now
It's very
because
sweet.
Yeah.
it's very surreal.
And I'm gonna put like a moth to a flame burned by the fire on my Valentine's Day playlist for Friday night.
Probably she just, Janet doesn't know. You don't mind if I tell Janet?
No, you can tell her.
So Tanya's been single for a while. She's a catch. I mean, she's amazing. She checks every box, and she's just announced to us on the show that we can talk about a boyfriend. So this is big. This is her first Valentine's Day with the
wow.
boyfriend. So when she says she's putting it on the playlist, it's very significant.
Yeah.
It's major.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm in charge of the playlist, and I want it to be like perfectly curated tunes.
Well,
and
this
that's
is a good
the-
tempo for a
Yes.
Friday night,
Yes.
right? With candlelight.
Yes.
I love the eyes, Ryan.
Oh, did I do I? You don't understand. I listen to these songs and it reminds me of so many great things in life. And it is your catalog, your history, the library of music. We associate so many things, both that are going on in the universe and in the world, but also in our own selves when we hear your music. And I hope you can understand how excited I am that you're here and coming back to do all
Really
these songs.
sweet. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. It's so great to see you.
Thank you guys for having me. Really, it's good to see you too. I think the last time we saw each other, wasn't it at that club in Atlanta?
Oh.
I
Right?
thought that, but I didn't want to say anything because I remember who you were with, and it was
No, that's
so
fine.
long ago.
With Jermaine.
She was with Jermaine
Jermaine
Dupri
Dupri.
at a club in
Wow.
Atlanta. We're on a dance floor,
Yeah, and I run into
and I see Janet and Jermaine Dupri. I'm like, guys, what are you doing here? They're like, we live here.
And you're dancing next to them?
I mean, I was showing them how to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I bet.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time. That was the last time we saw each other.
Well, let's not make it that long, Janet Jackson, again, okay?
Please.